All right, first and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shai, Barakatham, and giving sincere greeting to all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching this word with sincerity and charity. I'm Brother Phoenix with Prince of Power Israelites. Short lesson, short discussion on, I had a title for this thing. Position can be given, but respect has to be earned. Woo! All right, the position can be given, but the respect has to be earned. Okay, the respect has to be earned. So you can be placed in a certain role, in a certain position within ministry, within your workplace, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the people, that your co-workers are going to respect you in that position. They may feel you incompetent of leadership, that you don't have the skill set, that you're not smart enough, that you're not tall enough, whatever the case may be. They may just hate you for it, or be jealous, or be envious that you're in a position. But this thing is going to happen. So, but the respect has to be earned from the people. All right, the respect has to be earned from the people, not just the people, but also we're getting to, that reverence also coming from your rib. All right, your spouse will have to, you'll have to earn that respect from her also. And so we'll be gleaning and getting this lesson from 1 Samuel chapter 10, maybe the last couple of verses there. I'll be paraphrasing in between chapters 10 and to end of chapter 11. All right, just paraphrasing, for time purposes. And I'll also be reading from the NLT just to make sure we're getting clarity on what we're actually going over within this small story. Now, to give you some context of what's going on in 1 Samuel chapter 10, the people of Israel have been complaining that they want a king like the rest of the other people, like the rest of the other nations, and they don't want God to be their king anymore. All right, they don't want God to be their king. They want to anoint someone among themselves, among their brethren, to be a king. And Samuel has gotten instructions. The prophet at the time has gotten instructions by the Most High to anoint Saul as king. He cast lots, seen Saul to be king over Israel. Okay, and that's what we'll pretty much start at in 1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 22. So they asked the Lord, where is he? I'm reading from the NLT again. All right, so we asked the Lord, where is he? All right, they're looking for him. And the Lord replied, he's hiding among the baggage. So they found him, brought him out, and he stood head and shoulders above anyone else. Very, very, very important, vital things to pull from that. He was hiding. He was hiding from the position. He didn't really want to position. Okay, and a lot of great leaders aren't the ones who want to be in the position, who really just sit up there, let me be the leader, let me be the leader. A lot of times when somebody's puffed up and really super anxious to jump into a leadership role, they're probably going to be horrible at it. Okay. They're probably going to be horrible at it. Not to say that Saul was the greatest leader, but this is who the Most High chose. Okay. And he stood head and shoulders above everybody. He had that tall, dark, handsome thing going on for him. Verse 24, it says, then Samuel said to all the people, this is the man that the Lord has chosen as your king. No one in all Israel is like him. And all the people shouted, long live the king. Then Samuel told the people that what the rights and the duties of the king were. He wrote them down on a scroll and placed it before the Lord. Then Samuel sent the people home again. And when Saul returned to his home at Gibeah, a group of men whose hearts God had touched went with him. But there were some scoundrels who complained, how can this man save us? And they scorned him and refused to bring him gifts. But Saul ignored them. All right. And then Saul had a temperament to ignore these haters. He didn't go and address them. He ain't jump in their face. He ain't be petty and send them home for the day. You know what I'm saying? You want to get back at certain people who are jealous or envious that you got into this position. Saul ain't even really, he was hiding from the position. It really wasn't a big deal for him. And we see also traditionally when we anointed king, just like when Yahushua was being born and the three wise men and everybody start bringing gifts, not with the wise men. I let that Christianity come up in there. But the wise men came and brought gifts and etc. When the king comes, you're supposed to bring when the king's anointed, you're supposed to bring gifts. These haters didn't want to bring no gifts. All right, so we see Saul is now in this leadership position, and he has haters. Okay, he has haters. Now, and the Most High understands this. Okay, the Most High understands this, and this is why this is in the text. All right, we have to understand that nothing is in this text. Nothing is just here. All right, all of these are lessons. All of these have been gleaned from these certain situations. Like there was so many situations, so much history, you couldn't fit it in a book. All right, so if it's in the book, it's in here for a particular reason, for us to understand even like the psychology of a good leader and what a leader has to go through to earn the respect of the people. So listen, the Most High knows that Saul needs to earn the respect of the people. So watch what the Most High does. Now I'm finna just glean through this thing, not glean through it, but just paraphrase through it, okay? All right, the Ammonites, all right, a month later, not even 30 days later, man. Okay. The Ammonites come, and they have already put hands on Reuben, and already put hands on Gad. They walk around with one eye. And then the people who escaped from there, they settled in this city. The Israelites who escaped, they settled in this city called Jabesh. Okay. And there, the Ammonites end up running up on them there, okay? And the Israelites are like, listen, man, we know what you did over there. Let us make a treaty with you. We'll be your slaves. And the Ammonites said, listen, for us to make that treaty with you, we gonna need to gash out one of your eyes. And the Ammonites were very, they liked it to torture their slaves, man. That was one of their things. They liked it torturing their slaves. Almost like this, they almost had that spirit of this chattel slavery that, you know what I'm saying, our forefathers went through here in America. They kind of had that same spirit on them when they captured slaves. But the Israelites said, give us 7 days and we'll give you an answer. All right. So the Israelites are mourning. They reaching out to their people. They get news, get back to Saul, news, get back to Israel. And they like, man, listen, man. These folks say they finna cut our eyes out if we make this treaty with them. Saul gets the news, and then, matter of fact, just glean from 1 Samuel 11. We'll look at verse 6. It says, then the Spirit of God came powerfully upon Saul, and he became very angry. And he took 2 oxen, all right, and to carry them throughout Israel. Shalakia, he took 2 oxen and cut them into pieces and sent messengers to carry them throughout Israel with this message. This is what will happen to the oxen of anyone who refuses to follow Saul and Samuel into battle. And the Lord made the people afraid of Saul's anger. And all of them came out together as one. And when Saul mobilized them at Bezek, he found that there were 300,000 men of Israel and 30,000 men of Judah. Okay. And so the Most High poured this anger upon Saul that made the people actually fear the wrath of Saul. And they was like, man, we gonna do whatever you say, man. All right. And so this happening because of those haters that were there. All right. It happened because of those people who were in the backdrop, you know what I'm saying, waiting to keep. And you see this throughout all different nations where the king's brothers will end up killing them, or somebody close to them end up killing them because they want the spot, because they feel like that person is incompetent or can't be there. Or you see it throughout the workplace, and people try to snitch on people, and people try to, you know, tell and sabotage you at the job to get you fired because you're in this certain position, or, you know, bring you to counsel on certain things and try to set you up because they want your position. All right. They want the reverence of the people. But again, just because you get the position doesn't mean you get the respect. All right. Doesn't mean you get the respect. Let's jump down to the last 3 verses. We see that Saul rallies these people up. These people run through the Ammonites, right? They run through them. We'll pick up at verse 11. It says, but before dawn the next morning, Saul arrived, having divided his army into 3 detachments. He launched a surprise attack against the Ammonites and slaughtered them the whole morning. The remnant of their army was badly scattered, that no 2 of them were left together. Then the people exclaimed to Samuel, now where are those men who said, why should Saul rule over us? Bring them here and we will kill them. But Saul replied, no one will be executed, for today the Lord has rescued Israel. Okay, so Saul still wasn't salty. And listen, he had so much reverence from the people after bringing them through that battle that the people were like, man, where them haters at who said they didn't want Saul to reign over them? Bring them here. We gonna kill them too, man. We gonna slaughter them too. And the reason Saul gets this reverence is because he went through this battle. And the Most High put him through. He arranged this battle for Saul. All right, it was perfectly aligned for Saul so he can get the reverence of these people. So these people can understand that the Most High is truly dealing with this brother. That he's really anointed this king, and this you're gonna be going through certain situations. There are going to be certain things that are gonna happen, especially in street ministry. All right, where you're going to be tested. Right, you're going to be tested and you're going to be proved to see if whether or not you fit for the position, whether or not you're going to get the respect of the people, or if you're just getting into a certain role or a certain position. The Most High will test you so that you can gain the respect, or you mess around and you fail the test and you lose the respect. And this is also in relationships, man. It's also in relationships, man. Even, when you dealing with marriage, if your wife is looking for certain reasons, like if you keep slipping, if problems arise and you're not taking care of the problems, or you don't seem like you can be the one to fix these situations, and all you doing is sitting around biting your nails and playing video games, she gonna lose certain reverence for you. All right, she just not gonna submit to you because God told her to. All right, just like these people didn't submit to the people of Israel, didn't submit to Saul being their king, even though God told them to. What make you think this woman is going to submit to you because she read it in the Bible? You're going to have to be proven. And your marriage is going to be certain tests that's going to come about that you're going to have to make sure that you're fit. Yet you're fit and competent enough to be that leader in that household, man. So she don't feel that you're leading them astray. So she not like those haters and sitting up there like, man, this man really, how can he save us? How can he save me? How can he protect me? I'll give you an example too. One of my last cardinal relationships. It was one point we first started dating, man. Her sister got into this situation with her baby dad, and her baby daddy was beating on her, and I came over there with all kind of blah, 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 blah. Right? It wasn't even my situation. I don't even know the brother. This is my first time even meeting the sister, but I'm running over there with all kind of artillery, trying to make sure that don't nothing happen to mine, and even trying to protect this sister to make sure it don't get out of hand. And then later on, I hear certain conversations going, well, sir, he don't carry no. She talking about, my man, he don't carry no small pistols. He always with that chopper, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? She had this reverence for me over that certain situation that I was able to diffuse that thing, or she felt protected in that situation if anything had went down. Now, there was another time later on in the relationship, we was at this club, and she said somebody was trying to holler at her. I was looking down at my phone. I didn't see it. She said that he said that, he didn't care nothing about me being right there. And I was looking down at my phone. I didn't know what had went on, but she lost some respect there. You know what I'm saying? She lost some respect, made her felt like she wasn't protected as much. This is why sisters go after tall men, right? Go after tall men. And again, he had that stature. He was tall. He was taller than everybody in Israel. And this is why short men bark like they do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why short men fire off like they do. And they have that Napoleon syndrome, man. Little chihuahuas, man. They get at you, though, man. Little chihuahuas get at you. And they have that syndrome because we supposed to be protectors, man. That woman's supposed to be, she's supposed to feel safe. And this is how she's going to reverence you. This is how she's going to let you handle the situation. But you can't, if she don't reverence, she don't respect you, then she's not going to allow you to handle the situation. She's not going to she's not going to let you calm the situation. Now, like, listen, baby, I'm going to handle this. Go ahead and go to the car. She gonna sit up there and continue barking and be ready to jump in another man's face or be ready to jump in this other girl's face, and you won't even be able to diffuse the situation because the respect hasn't been earned, because you failed a few tests. You didn't pass the test, right? You weren't proven. And this is what's gonna have to happen, man. Even within even within camps. You know what I'm saying? And you giving, camp, he may be given a certain position for whatever reason. Those people not going to respect you because somebody made you the camp leader. All right? Those sheep, you are a shepherd to those sheep. Those sheep going to have to feel safe, man. So when we out here teaching on the streets, they not going to reverence you until, you get a joker to put the gun down. You know what I'm saying? You can be in a situation where brothers is you a leader and you putting more danger on the people. Where they getting guns pulled out on them. Where people are getting injured. And you're not able to diffuse certain situations, or you're not able to make certain decisions to get people out of there in time. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to protect the sheep, feed the sheep, protect the sheep, feed the lambs. Be a good shepherd. Be willing to die for the sheep. And if the sheep don't feel like that, they don't feel like you're the first one that's going to step up, then you're just not going to get that reverence. You're just not going to get that respect. It's just not earned. It's got to be earned. It's just not given. And again, that applies also in relationships, man. So don't think that sister is just finna darn submit to you because thus says the Lord. And a lot of y'all trying to push that. A lot of you trying to push that, and it's not going to happen, man. She going to be a dragon. She may say, yes, Lord, and oh, my Lord, and say all of that initially, but then you're going to be needing all kind of counsel 2-3 months down the line. And she mess around, be going upside your head. So keep that thing in mind. I hope this thing was edifying to the body. I hope we got something from that thing, man. With that, I'm going to say shalom, peace, bless.